So next I'd like to welcome our next award winner, Adam Gardiner, who is the Director of SafeTech Solutions. So can you please welcome Adam?
A lot more people here than I was expecting, to be honest. At the closing, I thought you'd all be on planes heading back home. Look, Chris has managed to cover off the trip that we went on in February this year. Great trip. It was an amazing prize, fantastic experience. Thank you for doing that for all of us, Chris. Look, it's an honour to be here today and to be given the opportunity to say a few words. My name is Adam Gardiner, Director of SafeTech Solutions. We were the winner last year in 2022 of the Diamond Road Safety Award for our product Trisign. It's a new device type for Australian roads, which it's done a couple of things. It's created a number of positive safety outcomes, but it's also highlighted a number of regulatory inconsistencies between the states when we started to seek approval. While I'd love to stand here and tell you all about Trisign and how great it is, I want to take the opportunity to spend some time talking about the intersection between technological innovation and an often rigid, inconsistent, state-determined approval framework in Australia for temporary traffic management devices. By the time I conclude, I hope to have armed you with a robust understanding of the barriers we face as designers and the paths that could lead us to progress. I'm in control here, aren't I? Yeah. First and foremost, let's talk about the double-headed monster of device compliance and national harmonisation. In Australia, when you develop a new innovative traffic management device, the common approach is to look at ARB or Austroads for a certification or a recommendation for use. Where the challenge lies is when you have to go to each state individually after this process, when you realise the goalposts have moved. To say it's a complex landscape would be an understatement. Starting with device compliance, let's say you have this phenomenal idea that could revolutionise how traffic flows through and around work zones. In an ideal world, you'd test the device, you'd make sure it's safe, seek certification or a recommendation for use, and then roll it out to industry. However, in reality, it's much more complex. Each state and territory has its own set of rules, regulations, and let's not forget documentation. There's so much paperwork, and it's all different. Before your device gets to see the light of day, it has to undergo a series of tests, local trials, justifications, and even new device type standards that often vary in criteria depending on the state or who has written them within one state. What this leads to is an alarming drain on resources. Instead of us channeling funding into research and development or enhancing our existing solutions, companies are often ensnared in a web of red tape. Time to market is not just a business metric here, it's a gauge on how quickly we can make our work zones safer and more efficient. And each day lost in navigating this maze comes with an opportunity cost. As an industry and society we can ill afford. Now imagine overcoming all of these hurdles in one state. That's a win, right? You would think so, but not so fast. Because what works in New South Wales might necessitate a complete re-evaluation in Queensland. The lack of a national harmonisation essentially means you're not solving one puzzle, you're often solving 8, each with its own unique set of challenges. So the absence of acceptance by states of either of the two national frameworks doesn't just inconvenience industry, it becomes a fundamental roadblock to innovation and progress. Transitioning from the theoretical to the practical, I'd like to share our experience with Trisign. It's a recent innovation at SafeTech, designed to drastically elevate the standards of road safety. Trisign is a living, breathing example of what's possible in our industry. It's equipped with cutting-edge technology, it's highly user-friendly and aims to set new precedents in road safety on infrastructure project sites. However, journey to market has been a complex tapestry of hurdles, roadblocks, and at times sheer frustration. You would think that a device engineered to save lives would be fast-tracked through the approval process, which it was with ARB and Austroads with the help of MRPV in Victoria. But the irony of our situation cannot be overstated. We are faced with a labyrinth of state-specific requirements in New South Wales and in Queensland, each tailored to their specific state-perceived needs. Each alteration to comply with one state's requirement has necessitated further adjustment to meet the other. This isn't just an operational headache for us, it's a fundamental flaw in the system. The very mechanisms intended to ensure safety on our roads end up delaying and diluting potentially life-saving innovations. But it doesn't stop there. This complex regulatory environment serves as a powerful deterrent for companies contemplating entering this sphere. The end goal is to ensure safety. Why have we constructed a system that discourages the very innovation capable of delivering it? I want to stress that this administrative burden is not merely a hoop to jump through. It's a concrete wall that prevents many companies from even considering innovation in the realm of traffic management. It's not just about our specific journey with Trisign, it's about how this administrative tangle dissuades enterprise from contributing to a sector that so desperately needs advancement. As another brief example, portable traffic signals, the tripod types, they've been mandated in the majority of states and approved to substitute a human traffic controller while performing stop slow. Except in Victoria. The sheer bureaucracy in Victoria forces traffic management companies to apply for a permit from DOT, which is a 10 to 15 business day process for their use. This immediately excludes all short cycle utility works, maintenance activities being performed on any road, including councils, both regional and metro, where most of this activity occurs. So the outcome is that instead of opting to remove a human from a high-risk activity and replacing it with an approved, well-documented safety device, there are hundreds of traffic controllers out there every day performing this activity for the sake of a state-issued permit to use one of the most common devices we use in temporary traffic management today. As I close, let's consider where we stand. Our industry is on the brink of significant transformation. We have the technological tools, the intellectual capability, and the societal need to make substantial advancements in work zone and road safety. What we lack is a regulatory framework that keeps pace with the speed of innovation. We urgently need nationally harmonised, simplified regulations that serve as a catalyst, not a barrier to progression and innovation. So my call to action is clear. To the regulators, policymakers and state authorities present in the room, there's not many of you here, so we should be all good. Let's put our heads together and streamline the process. To the innovators, the entrepreneurs and the engineers, don't let the complexity deter you. Your innovations could save lives. To everyone in the room, let's each take the responsibility to foster an environment conducive to innovation. Cheers.